Hello and welcome to episode 109 of TNA Top 10. It is June 9th, 2025. One of these days,
29th.
I'm not going to update that in the notes, but this
It's the
time I
29th, not the 9th.
did I not say 29th?
I
Am I
heard
cutting
9th.
out already? I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to go. I'll check the video on that one to find out. But it is June 29th. That's what's in the notes at least. And you heard the voice of Allison. We'll get to her in a minute. I'm T Weave. With me as always is Andrew. How's it going, Andrew? Before we ask the big questions to Allison.
Terry, 54 days.
54 days.
54 days until college football kicks back off. 54
Excellent.
days. We're excited.
We are excited.
And I
Even
look
wearing the hat.
I look like I got in a fight with somebody, but that's just cutting grass and apparently getting poisoned by my dogs who jumped on the bed and had something on their paws. So, anywho, very exciting. I am one Benadryl in, which has an adverse effect on me. So if I start sounding like I've been drinking, there's a reason for it. And other than that, it is 5 degrees off the temperature of hell here in North Carolina. And the humidity doesn't make it any better. But I just figured that's God's way of reminding you that you should all repent and believe, because this is a preview of what it's going to be like. The temperature anyway. Because it is warm here, Terry.
And it's June.
Not quite take your breath away yet, but I am not looking forward to July and August.
No, not at all. We got Alex Wheaton in the audience. Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Alex is here. I don't see him. Where's Alex?
He commented.
He's here. He missed me.
Oh, I'm on the private chat, which means nothing because we're just say it on the show. And by we, I mean me. So there's no private chat. Like, you guys don't need to worry about us talking about you behind your back. We're just going to say it right on the air. And by we again, I mean me.
I gave up time keeping this group, so it doesn't matter.
No.
Well, last week we needed it. We went long.
Oh, no, really? Okay.
2.5 hours last week.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
She'd have been fussing.
That was like week 5 of 2 seasons.
I would have been left. I would have left.
With a cat.
Oh, no. A cat.
Heather
we hate hearing that.
Cat.
Oh, gross. So sorry, Heather.
Yeah, we hope you recover quickly and no pain.
Right. That sucks. So cruises are the topic of pretty much the whole show, or at least half the show today. And as I said, we're going to hold off Allison Faye's intro to right now, and she's been cruising. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
I just returned from a week on the Royal Princess of the Princess Cruise Lines, and yes, they play the Love Boat song as you sail away. We went from Seattle. We went to 3 different ports in Alaska, 1 in Canada, which we didn't get off the boat because it was only like 2 hours. And then we rode through the inside passage of the Glacier Bay National Park, which I did not realize it was a national park. So that was kind of cool because the park rangers came on the boat. So that was kind of neat. Yeah. I saw whales, real whales, not rocks, real whales. And let's see, I saw otters, and we went to a dog sled training camp where they trained Iditarod dogs. It was amazing. We got to hold some puppies, and it was hard not to smuggle some home. And let's see what
I'd never make it. Not to interrupt you, but I'd never make it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We did gold panning, which was amazing. And as you guys know, because I sent you multiple pictures, we went to a lumberjack show, which was absolutely hysterical.
Yeah. Stripping with more clothes on and a lot of hair. That's what she was talking about.
It was just so much fun because, like, I've always watched this there's an actual league about like lumberjacks. Like they
put it on ESPN, don't they?
Yeah, it's called Timber Sports.
Okay.
And I've always loved it. I always love watching it because it takes such skill and strength, and it was a lot of fun to watch. Seeing it
has been well established on this show. Allison Faye's favorite lumberjack is Jason Kelsey.
Oh God, Jason!
Not Travis Kelce, but Jason Kelsey. And Allison, while you were out, he stripped into a thong, which we may need to find that video to send you. But yes, Mr. Kelsey.
He was raising money for kids, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was a charity event.
Yes, here.
Whatever it
But
takes.
yes, I
Whatever
made
it
the
is.
mistake in the chat and had to fix it because I wrote Travis by accident, but it was
Yeah.
Jason.
And I was
Kelsey.
like, fuck Travis. Who likes
Yeah.
Travis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Taylor
Well,
can have it.
apparently Taylor and Taylor Swift.
That's fine.
But,
Have him.
I want to tell you, it looked like it was so gorgeous up there, and the water and the view and the ability to see without any encumbrances. You know, like you could see for miles. And
you could. Well, the problem was you couldn't really. You couldn't see that far because of the weather. I wish we had seen some more, but that's okay. Oh, Sean's here. Sean says the Jason Kelsey thing was for an Eagles autism event.
Sweet.
And if you didn't think I loved him enough, but
there you go.
Oh, that's right.
I've never seen a glacier in person. Like you don't think about what a glacier is going to look like, and then you're right up next to one, and you're like, holy shit, that's huge. Like it's like a whole island just of ice. And and when we were driving close to it, the water was very icy, big chunks of ice everywhere. I will tell you, Frankie did not handle that very well.
Oh man,
it was like
he's thinking Titanic or something.
Yes, he was, and we didn't say that, but we knew it. Yeah, because he didn't want to, you don't want to jinx her or nothing. And
I'd have been singing.
yeah. And as a few of our friends noted, the week before, I think the Netflix documentary came out about the poop cruise. So that was fun too. So having to deal with a lot of people freaking out about, oh my God, are we going to lose everything? Is it going to happen? See, and Elise just asked, do I recommend pooping on a cruise? Yes. Yes, pooping on a cruise.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd be constipated for a week. What's wrong with
7 days? You kind of have to.
Yeah. Bodily function.
I can't even imagine.
Bodily functions aside, let's talk about these. Let's talk about the ice.
Yes.
So, were they ice packs? Is that what they were? Was ice packs? Was it from?
It was
ice flow.
They weren't big chunks of ice. It was just. It looked like it was just broken off, small pieces. Just nothing freestanding. I'll call it, like that was big enough to.
Okay.
It was all small pieces of ice.
Yeah,
but it was so
nice.
Very cool. Very, very cool. And the whales, I cannot explain what it's like to have your captain come over the bridge cam and go, okay, if you want to see a whale, go to the left side of the boat. You want to see a whale, go to the right side of the boat. Want to see a whale, go to the left side of the boat. Like that was really cool. I was so excited because the last time I saw a whale in living person was probably not in an aquarium, was probably 35 years ago on a trip in California, driving up and down the coast, where my dad and I swore it was a whale, and we took video of it for like 20 minutes, and my brother and my mom are yelling at us that it's a rock.
So that's where that came from.
So that's where that comes from. Yes, it's not a rock.
Yeah, I would have never accused you of not being a rock. Yeah.
Well, this one, it did the whole breaching out of the water. I didn't catch that on camera because I was too excited. But I did catch a couple of the blowholes, blows.
And it put on a show, I take it.
Yes, absolutely. It was great.
Nice.
Great. And then sea otters you can't see them as like the cute cuddly things from far away. They just look like black eels in the water. And they were sitting, Andrew, on those pieces of ice that were floating. So that was kind of
sea otters make for nice hors d'oeuvres for those killer whales, just so everybody is aware.
Exactly.
All those stupid little things.
I have a sea otter on ice.
Yeah, that whale. Yeah, Chat GPT, Terry. That's what that sounds like to me. Let's have a sea otter on ice. But no, those stupid little things are like an hors d'oeuvre for a whale, like legit. People don't realize how big whales are either, and they are massive.
Absolutely. So. Mm-hmm. We saw a couple of mamas with their calves, and it was the size difference was definitely noticeable. And I was like, okay, well, I'm happy you're all the way over there.
Yeah, don't come at me.
No, I'm good. This is fine. But I mean, like, I'm talking. So we also had like a week full of fabulous food. We ate in every kind of dining area there was. We ate in the walk-up. We ate in the normal cruise dining where you get the same waiter every night. We also did a couple of specialty dinners, which was fantastic. So
I need more details. This is
okay.
we're
I have
not on
pictures.
a clock.
I have pictures for you. I just saved them till now because there were a lot. So we did the steak restaurant twice, which was fantastic. Their
Did you
filet
have
was,
steak twice?
I did. I had filet twice.
Filet, of
It was
course you did.
fantastic.
Of course
Of
you
course I
had
did.
filet.
At
Filet
that
medium rare,
restaurant,
for those of you
at that
playing along at
restaurant,
home.
we did 3 of the desserts so we could try everything and share them.
Oh yeah, there we go.
If my girl's got creamy spinach on the menu, she's getting
Okay.
it too.
Oh
So
yeah,
there was
definitely
cream
she
spinach
is.
on the menu, and I
Okay.
ordered it the first night, and it came out, and it was like spinach. It was probably the only bad thing I had the whole trip. It was
Wow.
spinach in like warm milk. It did
Oh,
not.
gross.
Yeah, it was gross.
That's not what we had at Connor's. That's not what
No.
we had at the place in
Peter Luger.
Chicago.
Oh, no.
What was the name? Gibson's.
Gibson's.
And Peter Luger.
Yeah.
We're snobs. We'll be
Yep.
eating together in Charlotte soon. More on that later.
We will. Yeah, I might need to buy a ticket at some point. So.
I
know,
might
same.
need to find the restaurant because that's always my
No,
job.
I know I have a plane getting me there and bringing me back.
Same.
And
I have a
hotel,
plane
but I
and a
don't have
hotel
anything
room.
else.
All I have is the plane in the hotel room because I got
Exactly.
what do we call that?
We
not
might need to
bullying.
coordinate on
Peer
everything
pressured.
else.
Yeah. We're running
Well,
out of time.
Allison's back in the normal time zones,
Yes,
the
I am.
correct
Thank
time
you.
zone, Eastern time.
Thank goodness.
Not West Coast / Alaska time, but and then Terry and Amy, of course, you guys are Central time or not? Yeah, Central time. But that's okay. Whatever. We deal with it. Yeah. But anyway.
So did anything piss you off on the cruise?
Well, people in general, as usual, I mean, just not a fan of entitlement. It's really bad now today. Yes, Alex, agree. We need a TNA dinner in the future. Yes, we can make it like a separate event for whenever we all get together.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Bring your credit cards because we don't eat at bullshit
Yeah,
places.
we're not cheap. Yeah. What was I talking about? I'm totally lost now.
I'm sorry. I was saying you were saying people.
Oh, what was I
saying?
talking?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Entitlement.
Yeah. No. The only thing I will say, there were 2 things that happened that really pissed us off. One was a family. And I'm going to say this because it was true because we knew it. Pretending not to speak English to try to get in front of an entire huge line to get the shuttle back to the boat.
Goodness.
And we're like, we just heard you talking to each other. You can't pull that you don't speak English. Like that doesn't work. So that was not. We're all standing in the rain waiting for the shuttle, mind you. Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Frankie and I didn't let that happen. So just FYI. Nobody's really surprised about that. I know. The other one was at the airport yesterday on the way home. I've seen people take their shoes off on a plane, with their socks. Okay, I get that. There was a woman sitting next to me in the terminal who took her shoes and then her socks off. I'm sorry. Are we in your home? Is this your living room? Was I transported?
Was she walking around at all?
Yes.
I don't know.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, I don't walk around anywhere without shoes on, even in my own
Of course,
house.
we got to do it at TSA, and that's probably pretty gross too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't have TSA pre.
Well,
I don't have TSA
pre-check.
pre-check. I don't have TSA pre-check because I live in North Carolina, and I can get from my car to the terminal through security in 21 minutes because we've done it multiple times, and I don't want to hear none of that nonsense, ma'am.
Yeah, I tried.
Ma'am.
I tried really hard to book Huntsville this time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there was a 100% increase in the ticket price to go to Huntsville as opposed to driving to Nashville.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's why I go to Boston. Yeah.
I fly out of Raleigh. It's cheap, but even the Atlanta flight on the leg back from where did we go, Allison? Vegas? Was it Vegas?
Vegas or was it Florida?
It was Vegas.
No, it was Vegas. You had a straight
For
flight.
the Atlanta, because I caught the Atlanta flight because the weight and balance issues, people wouldn't get off the airplanes, blah, 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 blah. That raised the entire ticket price from Atlanta to Raleigh as opposed to just a direct flight. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
Crazy stuff.
And apparently last week they had some issues with TSA. I saw a lot of friends complaining about travel issues in airports.
Oh, really? Wow.
But updating on the travel, because I've been threatening to do it forever. So 2 weeks ago, I got a passport appointment at the old United States Postal Service. Yep. For you kids that listen to the show, there's a government entity called the United States Postal Service, and they bring mail to your house. I know that
95% junk throw in the trash.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't know what this entity is these days, but they're still the mail carriers. They also are the place you can get a passport, and I did not expedite it because there's no need to.
No need.
But it was $212.
I
scheduled the appointment on my time, meaning I got to choose, and I did it 2 weeks from the appointment, and I was at the appointment and in and out in less than 15 minutes.
See?
That is efficiency. That
Agreed.
is efficiency. But nobody uses the post office anymore. That's they open in Goldsboro at 9 o'clock. I was blown away by this. Because typically, at least when I was growing up, the post office was open before 9 o'clock because everybody's ass had to be to work at 9 o'clock, which means if you had to do post office work before work, they needed to be open. So they had like kind of weird hours. They were open from like 7 to 12 or 12:30, and then they were open from like 2 to 5 or 5:30. So it's kind of, that break. And there's a little small town I grew up in. I get there 10 minutes before the building opens, not 3 hours. That's for Allison there. Get there, and the door is not open because they don't open the post office until 9 o'clock. And they run this post office, I shit you not, from 9 to 12 and 2 to 4. And that's it. The reduced hours for the postal service.
I'm assuming your post office doesn't have P.O. boxes.
It does.
Does that side at least stay open?
You can get into them, yes, but the actual postal service where you want to talk to a representative that's working the counter, absolutely can. It's locked until 9 o'clock.
I've got a P.O. box in a post office close to work, and that one you can't get to the P.O. boxes if it's not open. And on Saturday, they open at 10. Multiple times I've gone to the butcher shop like I do on Saturday morning, and I think I'll swing by the post office on the way home and check my P.O. box. But no, it's like 9 o'clock because I got out early. And they're not open yet, so I don't even get to go.
Insane.
Yep.
But I think, and this is my theory, though. They're working hard. I get that, but if we could curtail all the junk mail that goes through that system, it would make their lives easier, and it would make our lives easier.
Yep. 100%.
Now let me look up the word curtail and make sure I use it right.
You said it right, but I will have a passport in the next 15 to 20 days.
Yes, you will.
I had to give them my birth certificate too, so I've decided I'm going to get
a scary thing.
That is,
I'm going to get vital records and get me a second and third.
You should, yes.
I just got mine back in the mail last week. Yeah,
I just got like 4 copies of Lex's birth certificate because I keep freaking out that I'm going to lose one.
Well, they're both, like my mom and dad are both dead. So, that's the only birth certificate that I have. And probably
I need to get another copy because I probably need to take one to the soccer field because Cyrus has not stopped growing. And at some point, they have to prove something.
Somebody's going to ask.
He's going to be like the Dominican kid on the Little League team.
I am
That's
12.
Like 6'2" at 12. Yeah.
I am 12. Yes.
I mean, God bless you.
But the postal service, I never go there. And to Terry's point, if it comes to my house and it's addressed to me and it's mail, it's trash. Unless
usually
it is from the IRS, the Department of Motor Vehicles, or the toll people. By the way, lots of scams going on with tolls these days.
Oh, yeah.
Don't click on those links in your text messages, guys. The people that run those tolls are state employees. They will never text you, ever, ever, ever. They will mail you the bill with your license plate picture that you went through the toll booth without paying, and they're asking you for money.
So I had a son that lived in California for 2 months and then drove across the country. So I've had a few sprinklings of getting toll charges in the mail lately. Oh,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, speeding ticket. Okay.
He got a speeding ticket?
Yeah, in Oklahoma.
Whoops. How do you get a speeding ticket in Oklahoma?
Because there's nothing there and it's nice long.
No, that's my point. I'm not yelling at Houston. I'm saying, what were they bored? Like seriously, because
I don't know.
Because that's like
it didn't say reckless driving. Although I did get a speeding ticket for going 24 miles over the speed limit one time, and I think it was a little bit more than that. So the cop was a little nice to me.
I told the cop I was doing I was doing 70 something, I thought, and he wrote me a ticket for 70 and a 55, but I knew I was doing like 83.
Exactly. Like, oh, this kid, this is a 17-year-old kid. He can't pay this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have, Andrew, you'd be proud of me. I might have yelled at a driver on the road early this morning from Boston to Hartford when he was driving a very pretty Supra and I was passing him in a Mazda. I was like,
yeah, that's embarrassing.
I know. I was like, shame on you. You give Supra drivers a bad name.
There's a lot of old guys in Corvettes doing that.
Oh, shit. I'm going to tell you guys this, too. I about flooded the Supra out yesterday, and I didn't mean to. Oh, no, serious, dead ass, as the kids say. So it started a flash flood thunderstorm at work. Okay. So I'm stuck there, and it's just pouring down rain. So I drive around the building to pull up to my office because I'm going to get soaked. Mm-hmm. And I know that the drain is there. I completely avoided it. Didn't matter. I hit that water because it was running so fast and didn't realize it. I hit that water, and water went up onto the hood of the car, toward the windshield, and I hit the gas and powered through it so it didn't slow it down. But yeah, I do not intentionally run through standing water. I mean, that car is 2 inches off the ground anyway.
Oh yeah, not in that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, because I've worked at this place 14 years next month. It's not like I don't know the layout. So I knew to avoid the drain, but did not realize how much water was up on the, I guess, if you want to say north side of the drain, just meaning it was up from the drain, running toward it. And I ran right through it. And I was like, oh no. It didn't turn the car sideways or anything because I was doing like 8 miles an hour. But I'm like, what the hell? So then I drove the car home and I made sure that everything was fine. And it is. But that sort of stuff will scare you because as Terry can tell you here, these pop-up thunderstorms that we get, they genuinely come out of nowhere and they are nasty sometimes. Yeah. I mean, they're bad.
Dump on you too. They dump that water on you.
And you got to know those flood areas, like you said, because there's a couple of them. This road I take all the time has a couple of those low spots. And I'm always seeing that they put out signs or something and block it off.
Standing high water or whatever.
Warning things or whatever. So luckily I don't have to go. It doesn't get really deep, but it's don't go there in a Supra.
Well, and it rained 3 times like that yesterday where it just turned it on and it immediately turned it off. And Allison, your favorite thing that you experienced while we were in Charlotte is it rained and then the sun came out and it's like you just stepped into a sauna. I mean, because it's so wet and all you get is humidity. Oh, it was brutal. Yeah. It was brutal. Anyway,
Terry, I wanted to ask, how is soccer life? Soccer dad life?
We are technically between seasons at the moment, but we've been doing kick-arounds and camps. We did a camp last week at the Huntsville City FC. That's our minor league soccer team. It's one step below MLS. It's the minor league team for Nashville, basically. And like the academy coaches were coaching that. They've got an academy of youth that they're doing an academy there. So that went well. Cyrus kind of went out there and showcased his ball striking a little bit, and they enjoyed that. So he got some comments. And then we have I won't say too much about this because I haven't paid for anything yet, but we've looked into if anybody's seen this athlete to athlete thing. NIL has allowed this company and maybe other companies to allow you to hire a mentor that is a Division 1 athlete. So we talked to one the other day. I won't mention his name, but that went well. So I think we're going to start having sessions, and that way Cyrus can talk to somebody that has done what he's wanting to do.
Yep.
So we're looking into that, and that looks pretty positive. So that's where we're headed with soccer, and the season starts probably within the next few weeks.
That's awesome. Exciting.
It is exciting. But one
We're-
season is
we're-
already started.
What was that?
Oh, go ahead if you got something else to say.
No, all I was gonna say was we're in lazy summer mode now. My all I'm doing for the summer for Lex is trying to find somewhere to go for a week where I can work and he can do nothing.
Oh,
and have
yeah,
fun.
that's good.
Like I'm trying to find like maybe an Airbnb with a pool or something.
Yeah,
It's driving
and I
me.
run into that a little bit because Cyrus is not. I
Yeah,
let him stay at home by himself while I'm working, but
right.
he's still kind of young.
Yeah.
So it's kind of he's in middle school, so
Yep.
it's like he would love to be doing something else. But,
Well,
sorry, you're too old, kid.
I told Lex this is his last summer where he doesn't have to work ever again. I said, I'm letting you not have a job this summer so you can
Happy
enjoy it.
graduation.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations, you graduated. This is your last hurrah. Hope it's okay.
Nice. I don't know what that was like. I never had one of those, so at least he's
No,
got a
me-
mom that's able to do that.
Right.
I always worked, and I didn't
Same.
have a choice, so it's
From the
okay.
day I turned 15 and got that work permit, I was out there.
That's why we have goals to
Mhm.
hit.
I was the baby, so I didn't have to do nothing.
And I was, that's like the other day. We're not having a great sales month. It's just June, whatever. It's just not great because last month was phenomenal. Best month that the finance department had done at that store in years, and following 3 really big months. So this month is like the drizzling shits. And somebody said something to me yesterday. I said, "Well, I'm basically working for free at this point." I said, "And I don't need another reason to be a bitch." So,
Oh Lord.
because it's getting in the way of what we have planned, and I don't appreciate that. So anyway,
So speaking of sports seasons,
Yes.
since we are 30 minutes in almost,
Yeah, I know.
there's nothing for college really. So let's talk about
let's talk
the
about
base.
baseball. We'll
The
skip
baseball.
college after this unless we got
Yeah.
a quick thought on bickering or something. But Braves are still in third place. Well, I skipped ahead too far with my thing. Braves are in third place behind the Phillies and Mets. The Phillies and Mets are trying to lose enough games for the Braves to catch up, but the Braves have to win games for that to happen, and that
Yep.
just hasn't happened. So
This is where you thank Bober for this
yeah,
weekend.
thanks Bober for your team beating the Mets, but the Braves can't win, so it doesn't really matter.
3 times. Pittsburgh is the second worst team in all of baseball, and they beat the Mets 3 times by almost double digits.
Yep.
Scored double digits 3 times, beat them by almost double digits 3 times.
And the Phillies have lost 5 of the last 10, and that still didn't matter because the Braves are still 10.5 games out.
Oh,
Cubs are still leading the Central, and the Dodgers tied for the best record in baseball at 52-32.
Before Terry moves on, the Dodgers also have allowed designated hitter Shohei Ohtani to throw in 3 baseball games. He's thrown a total of 4 innings. His ERA is less than 3. But here's the part that everybody needs to pay attention to. Yesterday, in consecutive pitches, Allison, he hit 99, 100.3, and 101.7. That ball is moving. Like it is legitimately moving at that point.
and being able to throw consecutively like that is
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's doing the ending sequence of the Major League movie, where every time Vaughn throws the ball, it goes faster. Forget the off speed, Ricky. Give him the heater.
in the heater.
Even though it's the Indians, we do like that movie. Tire World. Hey, how'd you like to manage the major league? I don't know, Charlie.
Well, I like it when somebody hits a huge home run in spring training of the first movie, and he goes, "Yeah, off a guy that's going to be bagging groceries next week."
Oh God.
Anyway, let's
Oh,
move to the
that's good.
AL. So the Yankees are in the lead, 48-35, a game and a half up on Tampa. The Tigers are the other team, tied for the best record in baseball with the Dodgers at 52-32. They lead
Where
the
I said
Central.
that, and I said this before. What?
I know.
Like,
It's just not one of those teams. It's like they're bland. Sorry if you're a Tigers fan, but to me, the Brewers and the Tigers are bland.
I don't think I could name anybody on either one of those teams.
Tarek
I mean, to be fair, I
Scuball.
can
Scoober,
barely
yeah,
name
that
somebody on
guy.
our own team, but you know.
Andrew
Scuball.
can. He's watching it
Yeah, I
constantly
know.
these days.
Yeah, Scuball, Glaber Torres.
Andrew's got money in the MLB app. So,
and the
you know.
MLB network. They went
They
yard
got the
today.
Astros leading the West 50-34.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
they just had one of their players got suspended 80 games for PEDs. I can't remember his name. And the Tampa rape case closed, and the guy got like slapped on the hand.
The mom of the girl got more time than he did.
Yeah. Yep. So it's a bad look for baseball in that
Very
regard.
bad look.
What wasn't bad was today, the Yankees. God
Correct.
help us. Terry, just sit back. I've got a monologue here for a second. There he goes. Get a drink. I cannot figure out why the Yankees just want to torment us. So Marcus Stroman starts today, and I figured because the last time he started in the minor league, he got shelled, that we were going to get shelled today, and the Athletics are going to win the game. And no, Marcus Stroman actually had a really good 6-inning run, and they bring in the reliever who gave up 4 runs, 4 of them. And the offense was quiet yesterday. They got shut out. But today and Friday, the Yankees scored 19 runs in 2 games. 19 runs.
We don't know how to spread it out.
Judge hit number 29 and 30 today. Bellinger went yard today. Jazz went yard today. And since his return is batting like 325. So my point is there is so much good stuff happening. And then you watch Max Fried throw 113 balls in Cincinnati, go 7 deep. The lead is 3-0. The bullpen blows the lead, goes to extra innings, and because of the new extra innings rule where the base runner from the last inning, the last hitter is the base runner starting on second, they blooped one to center field, just short center field in Cincinnati, and I believe it may have been De La Cruz, it may have been somebody else. Fast enough, though, to get around the bases from second to home, and the game's over. Yankees are 13-27 away in that situation in extra innings. They are, I believe Michael K said 27-14 at home. So it's an inverse. At home, they win, and they don't on the road. But anyway, if it isn't a meltdown from the bullpen, all of a sudden the bats get ice cold. If it isn't the bats get ice cold, your 2 homegrown talent drop balls, which is crazy. Volpe is already 9 errors in this season, and we're not into July 1st. 9 errors at shortstop. Oh, he'll never be Jeter. Okay. This is where Allison gets to hear my rant. Motherfucker, name a better shortstop that ever played baseball than Derek Jeter, and I'll wait. Yeah. I'll wait. Cal Ripken played 2,600 or 3,100, how many ever consecutive games. I'll take Derek Jeter, the 5 championships, and what he did for New York, okay?
Any day.
But my point is, everybody settle down. It's okay. But they've got all the elements to be a dominant baseball team. Their run differential, I haven't checked lately, but they were up 25 or more on the closest team to them. They are smoking teams when they're swinging and bat. But then they get shut out by Cincinnati. What? The Athletics shut them out yesterday. I'm like, what? What are we doing? So they need Luis Hill back. Giancarlo's got to get that bat going. They got to figure out the catcher situation because Ben Rice looks really good as a catcher, but Austin Wells is the guy. And, the one thing about Rice is Goldschmidt is 38 or 39 years old. He's on a 1-year deal with the Yankees at first base. So that could be. But anyway, they got all the elements to be the team that they need to be to win a World Series. But they can't put the whole combo platter together. Judge walked into June at 403 batting average. No one expects you to keep that. He's at 356 with the offensive slump that the Yankees have been in. And, by the way, hit home runs 29 and 30 today.
Yep.
Passing the great Lou Gehrig for most multi-game home runs or multi-home run games. He's 2 behind Mickey Mantle, and I think 20 behind Babe Ruth or 18 behind Babe Ruth.
That's insane because he'll beat that.
Yeah. As long as
Braves
he stays
going the
healthy.
other direction because we got our ace injured and out for a while. We do have Jerkson Profar coming back pretty soon after his suspension for 50 games.
But yeah, Sale's out indefinitely, isn't he, Terry?
Yeah, and I think technically he's on the 15-day injured list, which means that's just the entry point. He's in the 4 year of his trip to the IL. I want to say DL, but at some point they said disabled was the wrong word, so now they call it the injured list. But Acuna comes back and the whole team just falls apart. And that's basically what we're seeing. So I don't know what's going to happen. We got the trade deadline coming up in 5 weeks or so, and then we'll just see what happens.
Yep. Yeah, the Yankees need Luis Hill back. They don't need a liability like Marcus Stroman. By the way, Carlos Rodon, first pitcher in baseball to 10 wins.
No way.
Fried didn't get the win in Cincinnati in the extra inning, and he's 9. Fried is officially 9-2. And the Yankees are 17-3 with Max Fried pitching. They've lost 3 games with him as the starting pitcher.
Insane stat right there.
I saw where Sonny Gray, did y'all see where Sonny Gray threw an 89-pitch Maddox shutout the other day against Cleveland?
Was that like the unexpected shutout where everybody was just like, what? What just happened?
Yeah, I turned the Cincinnati game on and watched that guy unfortunately get busted in the 9th, but I did not watch the Sonny Gray game, Terry. I saw the highlights though.
Yeah, one hitter, struck out 11, threw 89 pitches.
That's
89 pitches that get home in 2.5 hours like Greg did back in the day before the pitch clock.
It's crazy.
It was beautiful.
As opposed to some guys like I can't remember the name of the pitcher. It was 20 years ago or probably 25 now. A guy for the Marlins threw a no-hitter but walked 13. Who was that? I got to look that up.
Yeah. Yeah, Skubal. I always want to say Skubal. Skubal is just creaming Minnesota right now. It's 3-0 at the top of the 6th, and he has thrown 78 pitches.
Okay.
With 1 out in the top of the 6th. So they manage him pretty well. This is the same guy, and I think we talked about it on the show. When he threw his first no-hitter end of May or maybe the very first week of June, it wasn't that long ago, his last pitch was like pitch number 99, 97, 100, somewhere in there. 103 miles an hour was his last pitch.
That's so impressive. I'm sorry.
The fact that you got that much gas in the tank, and when you look at this guy, and I'm not body shaming Skubal by any means. It's not like he's some big old beefy dude like the Boston guy that works out all the time. That's the closer who used to play for the Yankees. Whatever his name is. AJ Burnett, no hitter.
By the way, he was a Yankee after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about.
When the Marlins still had him kind of things before somebody that could afford him had him.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about, the Boston closer that throws over 100 and nobody can hit him.
No.
He's the big I think he's Dominican, but he is a big
I intentionally don't follow the Red Sox.
Yeah, but he was a Yankee first.
Oh.
Chapman?
Oh, then no.
Chapman. That's it.
Aroldis, yeah.
Yeah, Chapman.
Yeah, no, Chapman. We didn't want him, remember? He's not
Chapman throwing 100-mile-an-hour closes, though, is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, they could still have him.
Oh, and by the way, while we're on the baseball, I cannot stand Ian Hamilton. Can we get rid of his ass already? He's talking shit to the Rookie of the Year Athletic. They're down like 5-0, and then the rookie puts it on him. And I'm like, dude, if you're going to talk shit, you actually need to do what you told him you were going to do. You sitting there running that damn mouth of yours and not doing anything against the athletic guy. I forget his name. But it's crazy. Like, Scooble's given up like 2 hits. What's wrong with him? I mean, we should fire him too. But him and Max Fried, larger point, they're going to be in a photo finish to the AL Cy Young Award.
Agree.
The way things are going. Oh yeah, he just struck him out. Good Lord.
Let's transition to NCAA, and we don't have much. We're not going to talk about it much, but there was some. I think the only thing we're commenting on is either a big recruiting news or coaches complaining about other coaches tampering, and we had one of those. Bert Bielema, as we like to call him down here. Brett Bielema for Wisconsin, or Illinois now. Never mind.
Illinois, sucking on an air hose.
Yeah.
He wears a 7XL jacket, and I'm not even kidding.
Complaining about Kirby Smart. Now, what had happened was one of the Illinois players went into the portal and within 12 hours was on a plane to Georgia.
Wow.
So is there tampering going on? Oh, yeah, it's all over the place. I think Nick Saban at one point had said, we tried to get this guy out of the portal every year that he was at Arizona, and the guy had never entered the portal the whole time he was at Arizona. So not throwing shade at Saban. It's everybody. But because it's just not, I mean, there's no real regulation. The NCAA can't do anything. They're not going to do anything.
Allison, I just sent you a picture of Brett Bielema.
Oh my God. Look, I like big boys, but this is like
he's big.
He's big. He's really big. And the color is orange.
Yeah.
Like their team colors are orange and blue. I would be wearing navy. I wouldn't be wearing that orange.
Correct. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, that's a bit much.
Some colors show you off in ways you don't want them to.
Correct.
Nebraska kicks off Arrowhead Stadium, August, whatever, the same day that Auburn kicks off, the 29th. They're playing Cincinnati. It's going to be a sellout, and it's going to be ugly. Nebraska by 40. We're calling it early. And the only news I have for Nebraska is, of course, the number 15 is at the Manning camp. So not everybody gets invited to those sort of things. Good for him.
Good.
He's lean. He's got a hell of an arm. And if Dane Key can catch the ball 60 yards down the field, we have a deep threat. Thank God. Anyway, it can't get here fast enough. We're 54 days out. And, Nebraska landed like some serious recruits, like top 4-star, whatever. I don't even pay attention to it right now because it's for the class of 2026, which means we got a whole football season.
They're going to play a football season, which will have a major impact. Yeah.
And we got two more. We got 2 more transfer portals for the spring and the fall, or the winter and the spring.
Right.
And then we get back to 2026 football. So as good as I feel about the way the recruiting is going, I'm not going to get excited about knowing these guys just yet. Because, Terry, they may not be there.
Absolutely.
Or even committed to
with all this tampering going on too. You never know.
Yeah, well, and how many teams though have flipped? I'm committed here. I flipped here.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's so there's no reason to get super excited.
Yeah.
Other than we're 54
win some football games. I mean, that's the thing. Win some football games and it works itself out. And Auburn heads to Waco August 29th to play Baylor. And if we have a quarterback, we'll be good. If we don't, we won't. That's kind of how it's going to be.
Yeah, and Hugh Freeze is probably on his last season, and I would say Matt Rule is probably on his last couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the SEC, they're not going to tolerate Hugh Freeze not winning in Auburn. They're just not. They fired Gus Malzahn, and I know I'm defending Terry here. They fired Gus Malzahn, who was 3-5 against Nick Saban, which is the best record of any SEC coach in Saban's tenure at Alabama.
Right. Never had a losing season, but
He dog walked everybody, meaning
we've had
Saban.
nothing but losing seasons since then.
And anytime he'd play
Yes,
Auburn,
yes.
and they weren't blowouts, Terry, under Gus's
Well, a couple
reign.
of them were.
Well, you know.
They have
That 2020 team nobody was beating. Come on, the COVID team nobody was beating it. I mean, when Alabama had who they had, Najee Harris and the Slim Reaper who plays for Philadelphia that won the Heisman.
Hurts.
Well, Hurts was at Oklahoma. This was the receiver.
Oh, you're talking
Devontae
about
Smith. Devontae
Well, I should
Smith.
have heard that won the Heisman part and
Yeah.
do better.
The Slim Reaper, as they call him.
Great name.
Yeah. Well, and he played with your man, Travis Kelce, for a couple of years there, Allison.
Travis Kelce is not my man.
Yeah, Travis Kelce is your man.
Jason Kelce is my man.
He played with Jason Kelce.
He
I
played with
actually said Travis.
Damn it.
You know the problem is.
I'm like, no.
You know the problem is Jason is the better Kelce, but Travis
Yes.
gets all the notoriety because he's with T Swift. That's the
Not
problem.
anymore. But not anymore though.
They're not together
notice-
anymore.
No. I meant Travis isn't the hot one anymore. More women have come over to my side of the table and have recognized.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the
hotter-
notoriety, like what they do in public.
Do you guys follow their podcast at all?
Yeah,
Like
Somewhat, yeah.
I-
see some
I-
reels.
some woman I think it was a woman, got a tattoo of Jason Kelce naked on her, a eagle head coming out of its crotch.
She better watch
Yes.
out because
Kelce.
his wife ain't just going to look to the side.
Oh, and I
Isn't it-
love her too. His wife is a firecracker.
Or is it
Oh, yeah.
Kaylee or Kelsey? Isn't it?
Kylie?
Kylie.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
not
and
Kelsey.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's like, and she's a tall woman. She's
She's an athlete.
I think she's just as imposing as Jason is. I love that about her.
Well, and she's Philly, like through and through
Yep.
and through. Terry will tell you she ain't rooting for anybody but Philly. Even though her brother-in-law is playing for Kansas City,
No.
she ain't rooting for him in the Super Bowl against Philly.
And I know we've talked about this before, but they're also exceptional in what they do for the city.
Yeah.
In terms of philanthropy, they are fantastic, and kudos to them. I wish more people were like them. It's really nice to
Absolutely.
see people who can give back.
Yep.
So let's
Let's
talk
talk
about
about- yeah.
guys.
Yeah, there you go.
We had Night of Champions, Night of Champions around lunchtime on Saturday, and much earlier for Allison.
Yes,
You
I
traveling
didn't watch
Sunday?
it till
Yeah.
watch it till last night.
Okay.
While I was on the plane. So yeah,
Let's dig into it.
let's talk about it.
And we've got a Queen of the Ring and a King of the Ring.
And if you thought anybody else was going to get these, let's have a chat.
Right.
Because this
I mean,
was
I
it.
love Asuka, but this
Correct.
is time for Jade to be lifted up, and Cody's on a path to regain the title.
Fairly easily, I think that the Asuka and Jade match was the worst of the evening.
Correct.
But
That pin was pretty horrific.
yeah, it was not good. But I will say this: Jade Cargill beat Asuka for legitimacy. They are legitimizing her as an actual top talent. The problem I have with Jade Cargill in the spot is she went from being on TBS and AEW, the pretend wrestling, to going to WWE, the real wrestling, and they never put her in NXT. They bumped her from primetime to primetime. And so she never had the opportunity to learn how to correct some of those mistakes in live action. She did training and stuff, but she didn't have the opportunity when it's lights, camera, action to make, better some of those mistakes that she still makes. I mean, to Allison's point, did anybody expect either of them to lose? Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, again, the mentor to mentee, the whole deal. Cody showing a little more heelish side with being more violent and stuff. But he's
It was
also
a good
just
match.
Huh?
At least with Randy versus Cody was a good match.
It was a good match. Yeah.
Oscar versus Jade, to your point, was not. It really wasn't.
Right.
Well, and I think the crowd
And
interaction.
Asuka just came back too, so it's not
Right.
like she's probably a little rusty compared to what she would be, and she's also 43 years old.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say with Cody and Randy, Orton doesn't age. Speaking of ages,
Oh,
I mean,
God,
he's
no.
timeless.
Oh my
But
gosh.
but he still moves well and those sort of things that you need to do when you're a professional wrestler. He also is a ring general. Those two know what to do. They've
Yes.
wrestled enough times. They don't need to talk about what they're going to do. It's going to be back and forth, blah, 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 blah. Asuka and Jade, I would imagine, had to have more conversation, but it can be difficult when Asuka's primary language is Japanese, not English. Although she speaks English well enough, they can figure out what they're going to do,
Yeah.
Once I saw Cody in the tournament, so there's no way he's going to lose. This is another feather in Chody's cap. And, we're going on to Cena, and they're trying to make it way too complicated, in my opinion, which we'll get to for the main event. But Cody Rhodes winning, I'm shocked. Them having a C plus or B match, okay, big shocker. None of that shocks me, genuinely. I mean, and to Allison's point, the Cody Randy match I thought was really good. Honestly, they kind of brought it out of each other. But the other thing was the crowd was hot for this stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They were. I mean, and we've seen that, and we've talked about that ad nauseum on these shows. How much the audience has the ability to make or break a wrestling match.
That's like that French crowd they had. It was a small crowd, but it was loud.
Well, like when AJ Styles comes out and they sing AJ Styles, whatever that now everybody wants to do, they were rocking the camera, in France, Terry, to your point. And now we see this in Saudi Arabia where, I mean, the Saudi fans, they're not acting a certain way based on cultural restraint. They're acting like wrestling fans.
Yeah.
And they were cheering and having a good time and screaming at the top of their lungs, and good for them. Good for them.
Next match I'll show, we got Rhea Ripley, which I don't know that I really watched this one very closely. Beats Raquel Rodriguez.
So I did.
Okay.
Good match. I enjoyed.
I remember them being out on the floor at one point and watching them, but I guess I was doing something at this point. I don't know.
There was one spot in this match where I was surprised, where Rhea Ripley took her belt off and started whipping Raquel.
Yeah.
And I was like, one, I was surprised they allowed it. And two, it was fantastic. Yeah. Like, it looked like a genuine reaction move. Like, not a, we planned this, because she was hitting her. And I was like, this is awesome. And I mean, I always feel a little weird that I'm excited that somebody's getting whipped with a studded belt. But hey, it was good.
Well, and you see that escalation of violence, and sometimes it's just necessary. Like, genuinely speaking, it's necessary to get the story over. Raquel and Rhea have wrestled before. You've got the Judgment Day thing, et cetera, et cetera. I just don't, with the match, it was a street fight or whatever, but it was a street fight in Saudi Arabia. Right. They didn't do everything that they can do. And, I mean, it was a watered-down street fight.
Between two women.
I still think they did more than expected.
Yeah,
exactly. Definitely. Terry, to your point, two women did a street fight, and there were tables, chairs, kendo sticks, belts. I mean,
right.
We've come a long way.
No, and that's not what I was getting at. But I think they watered it down. Personally, I also think that the right person won. Yeah. Rhea Ripley is your top star. It's the problem they have over there on the other channel. Toni Storm is your top star. You have to treat your top stars like top stars. You don't treat your top stars like second-class citizens. No pun intended, because we're talking about Saudi Arabia and women, but or not pun, but a jab, whatever. But the deal is that she is mommy. She is the face of your women's division. You have to treat her like it. And I get that, well, somebody else needs a chance, blah, blah, blah. Okay. They've had the chance. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Well, we got Evolution coming up in a couple of weeks. When's your birthday, Allison? That's
13th. Couple of weeks. 2 weeks. Yep.
Couple of weeks. So
we're starting at 12 nonsense. I already called him. I already called Jason, Kelsey, Travis, and y'all already last week or the week before tried to get me to tell me that I didn't know Allison's birthday was the 13th because you're talking about something happening on the 12th.
No, this is the 13th. Evolution's on the 13th.
Yes.
Yeah, but everything else is the 12th. Saturday night.
Yeah, everything else. There's three things
blah.
on the 12th. AEW
Is it
has
really?
one. Yeah,
Oh,
AEW has a pay-per-view on the 12th. Let me make sure. Yeah, All
wow.
In is on the 12th. Great American Bash is on the 12th.
Oh, yeah, that's
Saturday
right.
night's main event is on the 12th. Evolution's
Oof.
on the 13th.
Full weekend of doing nothing and watching wrestling. Happy birthday to me!
We're not talking about football. We're not talking about baseball. We're not
No.
doing a list that week. It's just going to be all wrestling.
No, actually, I think we're going to be recording on my birthday, so that's great.
Right, yeah.
Good.
Only if you're available.
3-hour show.
I have no life. It's good.
Let's go to the next match.
Next match, yes.
We got Sami Zayn, who he came out to a pretty big pop too, I thought.
He did.
And who was it? Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah,
My dad's,
that's
my
kind
dad's
of
favorite. Shout
meaning
out
the
to
Karrion
Charlotte.
Kross part. The reason they put Karrion
really?
Kross on this show was to lose to Sami Zayn so that the crowd would go wild.
Right.
Yeah. But I thought this was an okay match. This was not.
It was, but I don't think Karrion Kross has a real role in the company. That's my thing. He's just
That's
another
my
guy
thing. Is
in dark with dark, wet hair with tattoos. How many
Put
of those
him with Black. Put him with Aleister Black. Or Malachi, whatever his name is now.
Right.
Like they're the same kind
Alistair,
of
maybe.
Yeah, they're the same height. Yeah. They're the same like technique. I feel like they would fit good to be opponents, but I agree with you. He does not have a role right now. He's like that lone complainer who's got a hot wife. I mean,
that helps.
Yeah.
Yep, and he's not been re-signed as of this pay-per-view.
Okay.
And his release is coming due, meaning, he's not. Damn. Sorry. I just looked up and Scooble threw 100-mile-an-hour fastball inside, swing and miss, pitch number 93 in the top of the 7th. He's through the top of the 7th. 100-mile-an-hour fastball inside with control. That's insanity. Anywho.
So before we move to the next match,
I thought the match was fine, by the way. So, Terry, go ahead.
But you said about him, he doesn't really have a role and he's got a hot wife. That to me speaks Miro.
God, yes.
Same thing.
Oh, yes.
Like what? I mean, they try to make Miro, especially AEW, tried to make him something ferocious,
and didn't have a way to go with him of all things. They made him the video game guy, didn't they? Am I remembering that right? The best man, and he's a legit athlete. Like Miro's a legit athlete. Kross isn't a terrible wrestler, but he's kind of just come out of nowhere.
I guess I should say, right?
Unless I'm not watching the product enough or closely enough to me. I thought he was engaged with like AJ Styles, not Sami Zayn.
He keeps trying to pick like little fights with people and just get people pissed off. But I'm like, to what end? There's nothing there. You're just trying to cause havoc. Whoopie-doo. Nobody cares.
Well, let's talk about some meaningful matches.
Yes, let's.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Okay.
Well, you said meaningful. Okay.
I have questions about this match, but that's okay. so let's talk about it first. Then
meaningful as opposed to what? Good?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
So did you guys like this match?
I thought it was over the top.
Yeah, it was way over the top, but I thought that Jacob is obviously and the problem was we saw it when they weren't wrestling each other. But as good as Solo's kind of character has become, where he's a little funny, making fun of people, whatever, he's doing the little mocks and stuff or whatever they call them. The athletic in-ring presence of Jacob Fatu is 10 times that of Solo Sikoa. And this match illustrated it because they were side by side.
Yeah.
Like Solo is not a bad hand. But Jacob Fatu may be the future of WWE. Is a very impressive man. And the thing is about Fatu is you can't take your eyes off of him.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. He's got the magnetism, the charisma. It's there. Now, the 4 guys to beat him, I saw the Bloodline comments on the Twitter, which made me giggle. Do you guys watch wrestling at all? Not YouTube, but I'm talking about these people. You understand that you stack the deck to take away the beloved wrestler's championship So then at SummerSlam, we can have a rematch in front of
Right.
90,000 people or how many ever it's going to be. And well, it probably won't be that many because it's the shitty stadium, Allison, in New Jersey.
That's correct.
But anyway, the New Jersey stadium is going to be rocking. And when Jacob Fatu beat Solo Sikoa and all of his guys, and they had leaked that Haku's other son, I think it's Hikaleo.
Tamatanga or
Hikaleo, the one on the right,
Oh.
that's his other son. That's another Haku son, the tall one. Hikaleo or Hikaleo is how you say his name. Anyway, he was leaked that he had signed and that had been spotted in Saudi Arabia. Well, if he's been there, you're going to see him on the show. This also is the same place, though, to your point, where Tommy Tonga's brother, Tongaloa, debuted last year and interfered in the match with Solo. So anyway, Jeff Cobb, JC Mateo, which is a terrible name.
Horrible.
Just be Jeff Cobb. And Hikaleo, who's got a new name. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, I mean, Solo. Like, I wasn't upset about it. I just, because I saw it coming that they were going to take the title off of him, because you're going to have a program, but you had to throw the entire refrigerator at Jacob, and by doing so, you just make him look like that much more of a badass. That's all I'm saying.
Talatonga or something.
So
something like that. Yeah. My only issue is we've seen this before, and not like that long ago. So I'm like, this to me is the reincarnation of the original bloodline.
Yep.
And I hate saying it. Well, actually, I don't hate saying it. Jeff Cobb is the odd man out.
Yeah.
I understand you needed somebody. Man. He's not family. Go away. Keep it family.
He's not. It's not like when Sami Zayn was in the bloodline.
Right.
That is a completely different level because Jeff Cobb does not have that personality.
Correct. You get nothing by adding him to your little team here. I'm sorry. Right. He's got zero personality. I don't think he's a good wrestler. He's like a human fire plug. You know who he would wrestle great against? The Stone Pitbull. Ishii, right? Do you know who I'm talking about? The Japanese wrestler.
Short
That's what Cornette always says.
Yeah, he makes fun of him. Yeah,
but like that's who I could see him going against. I cannot. He's like 5 foot nothing. He's just a fire plug. He doesn't have moveset. They're like, oh, he's so athletic. I'm like, no, he's not.
The coolest thing is toward the island's finish. I will say that. Yeah, but
he's strong, also 40, but not like huge and strong.
Right. Yeah, he's also 43 or 44. Not that we're picking on ages, but a lot of his younger, the younger days, those matches.
Stop picking on age. I turned 49 in 2 weeks. All right. I'm the old lady of the group.
And she really is an old lady.
I am.
She's questioning her decisions to travel with me.
Yeah. Ask me what time I went to bed every night in Alaska.
Yeah, we got to get up and go. Let's go. Let's move.
Let's talk
All right,
about
next match. Yes.
We got John Cena and CM Punk, and we don't expect this to be a barn burner just because John Cena's being as protected as he can be, but he's, this is the end of his career for a reason.
Yeah, but when you can watch them do the wrestling moves and you can count in your head, step 2, 3, jump, like that's how slow they were moving in this match. And I'm like, dude, come on. Yeah.
So
and I love these two, and I know Andrew hates CM Punk. It just end it already. Just end it, because you're ruining John Cena for me.
John Cena was correct. CM Punk has cut the same promo for 13 years or whatever. It's the pipe bomb wannabe. But here's the thing about this match. You just said something interesting, Allison, and then I'm going to let Terry respond. And I think that this is the case. Last night, or was it last night? Yesterday, whatever.
Right.
Punk came out in his 2011 Money in the Bank attire. Mm-hmm. For those of you playing along at home, that was where he wins the match, wins the title, leaves the company because it was the last night of his contract. It was considered to be their best match they ever had together. And then they did some convoluted storyline where Kevin Nash got involved and Alberto Del Rio, and it was a dumpster fire, like, Vince liked to light back then. But I have two thoughts on this. Number one, they did this in Saudi Arabia because this will not deliver in the United States. And number two, Saudi Arabia requested this match because there is no reason that you didn't do the anniversary of Money in the Bank to tell this story.
Good point.
But now you're doing this match to tell the story, and of course, it's not bad enough they're old. You have to get Seth Rollins involved. You have to get Braun Breaker involved. You have to get the big Australian guy who I like. I just lost his name. I went complete blank. He broke his legs. Bronson Reed. Thank you.
Oh, and didn't what's his name come out? The luchador guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Penta.
Sami Zayn too.
Yeah, they're beating the crap out of him, and Penta's strutting. He doing his strut.
Speaking of over the top, that went over the top too.
Yeah.
I just didn't get it. Like, that was another thing where I'm like, why? What do you have to do with this? What is happening?
Exactly.
At least it wasn't a rapper getting intro music.
Yeah.
In the middle of a match this time.
Good call.
But,
okay.
I mean, I think that there is some validity to the idea that the Saudis do have some control of what they get to see when they have these shows. And the reason for that is when you're paying $50 million for this show, prepaid.
Devin says Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
I read that as Brown Brothers.
They can clean up.
Devin.
Absolutely, yes, they can absolutely clean up. So now this match, my favorite part in this match, was the Charles Little Nate running to the ring. Charles Robinson, right?
Cena smoking him.
Yes.
Now, I will tell you, did not see that coming, and I was impressed because it looked real.
He knocked the crap out of him. I mean, there's a picture of a still frame of him like flying through the air. And how old is he now?
Exactly, he's 60. 60.
Yeah, he's old.
Like that.
So that's what I'm saying. From a nostalgia standpoint, they checked the boxes. From an in-ring standpoint, I think that it's pretty clear that Cena may have intended to run the title with Cena all the way to the end, but maybe it's time to put it back on Chody. And he'll always be Chody, but maybe it's time to put it back on Chody.
Yeah.
I just can't get into Cody Rhodes between his insincerity, his fake lisp, his wannabe Dusty, the tattoo on the neck. Neck tattoos, ladies and gentlemen, make you largely unemployable in most workspaces.
He's in entertainment, though. But, I mean, I think there would be a neck tattoo I could stomach, but that ain't it.
Yeah. Well, I'm the American Nightmare. Seth immediately
So Devin says Cody beats Cena. Seth immediately cashes in.
They tipped it last night, though. They tipped it. They tipped it.
Oh, and that's the part we didn't talk about was Charles Robinson runs down, and he's going to be the ref to allow Seth to join the match. And then Cena just smokes him to keep that from happening.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. But yeah, that is a very good point. But I think you're right. I think that's what's going to happen.
I rest my case, Devin. I'm just saying.
Devin says, I know a guy with a neck tattoo that lives in my town. He also has only like 16. So, all right. There you go. Okay. Can I ask a question? Did we see Ron Killings last night in this match?
We saw everybody but him.
What happened? Why are they dropping the ball with the hottest guy in WWE right now? It was a perfect
Triple H is doing his best imitation of Vince McMahon.
I kept waiting. I kept watching, and I'm like, okay, he'll come out now. Okay, he'll come out now. Nothing. And I'm like,
you know what's going to happen? He's going to show up at Evolution.
Yeah,
just like he did in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Well, but if you've noticed, with what they're doing with him now, he's calling people the right names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ron Killings is not as much of an idiot as R-Truth. That's the play, right?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what they're trying to get us to. They're trying to get the fans to that. And I'm like, sorry, that's nice, but I want R-Truth.
The thing is, he's R-Truth. Yeah, he's not Ron Killings.
All right. So all in all,
they pulled Scooble 7 innings in, for Tommy Canley, who used to be
The
a
Yankee.
Yankee. I think I'd take some Tommy Canley action over that nothing happened in Hamilton and whoever that jackass was today. Anywho, the
Speaking of nothing
AEW
happening,
here,
we
it's
are
the
just
fake wrestling.
anticipating. We are just anticipating All In on July 12th, and I don't know
There's
much
only
else.
one
And
match.
We've already talked about it, so let's
Yep.
not say the same things every week. But
Agree.
I'm not going to
when
say
it-
the same things. I have a criticism of this.
okay,
ahead.
go ahead.
Kota Ibushi has made his return. He and Okada are wrestling on Dynamite 300 Wednesday. Mercedes Moné is wrestling Mina Shirakawa on Wednesday. They have some sort of tag team match that should be pretty good on Wednesday. Tony is loading this card on July 3rd and to a pay-per-view level, July 12th, he's got what should be his biggest pay-per-view of the year. Oh, and Jon Moxley, once again, tried to kill Hangman, this time with the chain instead of a plastic bag. Can we quit suffocating people in professional wrestling? I'm just asking nicely. That's why this is the bullshit wrestling and WWE is not. Because there's a lot of bullshit on WWE. Like Chad Gable and somehow Mr. Whatever his name is, the
Grande
luchador.
Americano?
Grande Americano. They're both hurt simultaneously, and I can't abide by that.
Somebody needs to be calling that out. And we need
yeah,
an
they're
explanation.
both hurt simultaneously. But in AEW,
Did you guys see the rumor that Elias was actually Grande Americano?
yeah,
I laughed so hard. I'm like, stop trying. Stop it.
Yeah,
They've got to find a way, and I want it to be the fattest, most out of shape person,
Yeah.
especially compared to Chad Gable. But put the mask on somebody obviously not Chad.
Yes.
Gable.
not Chad Gable,
Do
exactly.
that for us.
Yes.
And it would work. Like that would be funny. Like that genuinely would work.
Or like have a tag team match with Chad and Grande and have him like changing underneath the ring or something each time.
So we're talking AEW, so of course we end up talking WWE. But
the whole thing with Mox and the chain, and I don't think Tony Khan is going to put that title on Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, don't even start with me. I cannot take any more of Mox. Come on.
Well, he's got.
It's time. He's got to.
Listen, Death Rider's here, and we're here to take over the company, and we're going to tell you how we're here with about take over the company. And you've never seen that belt. God, I can't do it too long.
When I first started watching AEW, I really, first time I'd seen Hangman, first time I'd seen Jack Perry, I kind of, they were some of my favorites or whatever. Then it kind of dropped off. Then it picked back up, and it's kind of gone up and down. But I'm kind of back to rooting for Hangman now.
Yeah.
I just at this point he represents anybody but Jon Moxley.
Well, and here's something that I noticed on this edition, and this is just poor production in my mind. They do the blackout. Bucks end up holding Hangman's arms in the main event. Because the main event of this Dynamite this past week was Hangman Adam Page versus the fucking Beast Mortos. Get out of here. The number one contender versus the number one job guy. It might as well have been Hogan versus the Brooklyn Brawler circa 1986.
Was that this week?
That was this past week, yes.
Oh, why did I think it was Swerve and Ospreay as a tag team? Where did I watch that?
They opened the show.
Oh, okay.
Or were earlier in that same show. Anyway,
crazy show.
So that's the main event. The fucking Beast Mortos taking on Hangman Adam Page. But the lights go out, and here come the Young Bucks holding Hangman's arms to do the double knee, and he's standing there with his thumb up his ass. Like he's just like they waited way too long to hit the knees. And I'm like, why? And Hangman's got he's selling this terrified face. Bitch, you ain't dead. You can go ahead and fight back. And he didn't even struggle. And then they got the stupid pantomime camera. And I'm like, this is why AEW will always be the shitty wrestling whose fan base is everybody that hates WWE and thinks that GCW garbage championship wrestling is the standard. That's the problem.
All right. So now I'm going to counter that because I did watch the Swerve Osprey tag team match. And in my head, I went, why didn't somebody put these two together sooner?
Yeah.
I was not just impressed. I was like, this is your future tag team champions right here if you roll with this correctly. I have never seen, and it's because it goes against what Tony Khan loves to do, and I'm just going to say it. He put a black guy with a white guy, and he doesn't like to do that. We've seen it. Except now somebody got in his ear because now we've got MJF and the Hurt Syndicate, which is good. I like that. But this tag team to me could be so successful if they actually let them go. They're two super talented guys. I think
the problem is they're two of the three of your top guys.
That's where I was going.
At the front.
What are you taking away?
Who do you put them against? Yeah.
And here's the other thing about for the young fucks, as I like to call them, because I dislike them as much as I dislike CM Punk. Allison wasn't here for the rant last week, Terry, so buckle up, sweetheart.
Okay.
The young bucks have to wrestle people that are better than them. And they have to wrestle people that are better than them because they don't have it anymore. Correct. They elevate no one. As the veteran tag team that says that they're the tag team specialists and that they're proud of their killing the business, mantra and all that stuff, all of the things they've done in the companies that have been in and all that, these guys have no ability to raise lower talent to another level. Yeah. They have to wrestle people of equal or better talent than them to have a good match. And I will challenge any of our listeners to show me a match that the Young Bucks led that actually was decent without having somebody on the other side of the ring of equal talent to them. Yep. There isn't one that exists. I can tell you that right now. On the topic of the god of pro wrestling, Kenny fucking Omega and Okada, Kazuchika Okada. This match is everything any independent New Japan Pro Wrestling fan like myself, Allison, have wanted to see. Tony Khan will fumble this ball. We have not seen Japan Kenny Omega in the 6 years he's been at AEW. We haven't you've seen him in Japan, but what I'm saying is on AEW television, you've even seen it
in Japan while he was wrestling for AEW. Like, correct. That's the crazy part.
Like Gabe Kidd earlier this year.
Yeah.
But you have not seen a glimpse of the cleaner, and you haven't even scratched the surface of what Kazuchika Okada brought to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Absolutely. This thing has I call it the first time adult relations. You talk a big game, you build it up, and then it's brief, sad, and awkward.
Did you apologize?
Yeah. So, then you're apologizing to everybody because it didn't live up to the hype.
Oh God, that is really good. Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to me, and I said this a couple of weeks ago. AEW is a weird mix of weird stuff, and sometimes the talented people get mixed up in the weird stuff. But then once in a while, you'll get a couple of talented people in a match.
Yeah.
In the middle of all this stuff going on, and they'll have a barn burner.
Yeah.
In AEW, but then you'll have this Casino Gauntlet match also.
Yeah, which they use too much. The other thing is, I want to mention this because I did mention the Beast Mortos, and he is a luchador and lucha libre thing, and AEW has lucha libre. You know what lucha libre stands for? Fucking wrestling in Spanish. Do you know why AEW has fucking lucha libre? Because they put Mexican wrestlers in masks and put them on television. That is lucha libre to AEW. There's no explanation. There's no history. There's no culture. You don't have Mike Tenay or someone like him, Ian Riccaboni, could do it, telling you why the Beast Mortos mask means this, or the entrance means that, or Thunder Rosa's skull must mean this and that and something else. No. So you don't have lucha libre. You have Latino, Hispanic, men and women in masks doing aerial shit. That's the difference. They're Hispanic. They're Hispanic. You don't have lucha libre. So I don't want to hear that bullshit either. particularly with the peanut section talking about how WWE bought AAA, and so now we have CMLL working with AEW. Good, but you still don't know what Lucha Libre means, and you haven't explained it to your audience. It's more than just wrestling.
Correct.
But you wouldn't know that watching the week-to-week show.
No, agreed.
So we'll have more on that building up to July 12th, all in. And we forgive Allison for maybe not knowing the details of when certain matches are over the last week because she's been cruising and she told us about that at the start of the show. But to celebrate her being back, this week we're going to rank the top 10 things to do on a cruise.
I am excited for this.
And
All right,
the first
Terry,
thing you
did
see
we
here
miss
is
anything?
ChatGPT is convinced that Andrew is like 6'4". Because
Also,
every one of these pictures, he is taller than
You would
everybody.
never wear that color, Andrew.
that color right there, I would never, ever wear. Ever.
Also,
Ever.
Terry, how many nights have you not slept in this picture? You look like you're this.
There's
picture
only
makes you
so
look
many battles
exhausted.
I can win against the AI at this point. I do my best.
Yeah. What? Oh God. Super Dave wants to know if coitus was on the list of top 10 things to do on a cruise.
If you had voted, you would know, sir. You just told
We
on
did
yourself.
not. So nobody had told me it needed to be on the list. So
Because if you need
It
a
is not
cruise
on
to
the
do that, there's something wrong with you.
Exactly.
that's true.
That's a lot of
Well-
money to pay for a small
All right.
room.
So we
Yeah.
did not have any complaints about things not being on the list. There's a couple of pages of what just missed the list.
Okay.
And some of these pictures are going to be pretty good. And hang on tight, Super Dave. You may show up.
Okay.
Super
So-
Dave. What is that?
Yeah, I know, pond water. So just missed the list. We got themed bars and we've got game shows. And
Okay.
you'll notice I purposely named the other contestant Stan on the game show picture because we are the Golden Girls. And this is Stan.
That's right.
He's got 0 points.
That is not what my ex-husband would look like, just so you know. All right, these are both good. Very good things to have. My cruise did not have any themed bars. You had like a wine bar, you had a an ocean bar which served sushi. You had, it was kind of nice, but there weren't any. But game shows, there were aplenty on the boat.
Couple of things about me in the first picture here. I'm wearing a collared blue shirt that says Macho Man on it, and I've got a drink in both of my hands.
I was going to point that out, that Terry is double fisting it on cruise night. I have the classy pina colada because that's how I am. Actually, it would be Margs, but you know, what do you want? Margaritas. The little girl in me, margaritas. I love her so much. But yeah, it would be margaritas, and it would be in the lawn chair, hopefully with a tropical drink in one hand and the ass cheek of a cabana boy in the other. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway,
I will say, yeah, I know, right? I had a couple drinks every day, but this ship made the best Bloody Marys I've ever had. So it was a very nice start to every day. Was having a couple of Bloody Marys.
Yeah, vodka, obviously, tomato
Yes,
juice,
correct.
a little pepper, a little salt. Do they put shrimp in it?
No, I don't like shrimp, but I like extra olives.
Yeah, I forgot you're not a seafood person.
I
Anyway, quick
right,
question, because you didn't say. Could
Yes?
you have pre-planned for the booze cruise on this, since we're talking about drinks?
Yes,
You could have bought the booze package.
I did.
You did buy the booze package.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it was
Well, you
very
said
much
you
worth
had-
it.
you
I
said you
bought
had a
the-
couple drinks.
I bought
didn't
the
know if the
everything
booze-
package.
I was gonna say I didn't know if the booze was worth a couple drinks.
I bought the booze, because it comes with everything when you buy the package. So it was the Wi-Fi for four devices. It was your gratuities. It was all the specialty dining you wanted. It was free room service all the time. It was unlimited drinks. It was unlimited specialty coffee drinks, unlimited desserts. So it was worth every penny.
So my headline says me drunk people, middle of the ocean. The question is, what could possibly go wrong? However, if I prepaid for a cruise and you're telling me there's endless restaurants on this list now,
Yes.
oh my goodness, we could be in
Yes,
trouble.
that's what I was saying. I ate so much food. It's a miracle I came home weighing less than when I left. Miracle. Miracle.
I don't know if getting
Let's-
sick is a miracle, but whatever.
Well,
Let's see
yeah.
the other two that barely missed the list. And these are themed. We got Enjoy the Pool and the Pool Bar, and you see on the top, we got
That's
Fun Water
Dave.
Dave jumping into the water behind us. And somehow he's already splashed before he's even hit the water.
Well, because he did the right thing and showered before he got in the pool. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You always shower before you get in the pool. Don't be gross, people. Don't pee in the pool either. Okay, everybody's
Seriously.
done it. You all know you have, myself included. But don't pee in the pool when you're an adult.
And the pool bar picture is another one where they think Andrew is a giant.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get it to stop. And the problem is, it'll be the
Wait.
perfect picture, except Andrew's like 6 inches taller than everybody. And I
Well,
say, only make Andrew shorter. And then the next thing you know, there's like 3 Allisons in the picture. This is why I had this is why I had Terry's piss last week.
Look how fucked up my beard is too in the pool bar picture. That ain't right.
Yeah, that's a lot of beard. I like it.
Right.
It looks
You didn't bring your
perfect.
razor on the boat, I guess.
Yeah, apparently not.
So, Super Dave wants to know, was the water rough and the pools closed because it looked like a wave pool? The pools were closed. It was only like 50, 55 degrees out, so it wasn't warm enough. The hot tubs were open. The sea was kind of rough on our sea days, not the other days. We had 2 at sea days. The other days it was totally fine, no issues. All right, let's go into
2
the
at sea
top
days
10.
on a 7-day cruise. I'm intrigued by the math here.
Well, because we went all the way up first on the first day, and then on the last day, we came most of the way back down. So it was like second to last day. Yeah.
Wow. Number
right.
10, relax on the
Hell
balcony.
yes.
And we got our drinks.
We had a balcony room. I had a number of these kinds of drinks on the balcony. It was the perfect Alaska cruise. I cannot recommend this enough. If you're going to do an Alaska cruise, you're splurging already, splurge for the balcony room. You don't want to miss what you can see.
Well, and these two know already, but one of my favorite things to do is sit out in the sun anyhow. And they didn't want to join me in Las Vegas last year, a bunch of wimps. It was only 116 degrees.
We were
So I
going
went
to
and
gamble
sat
instead.
I went and sat out by the pool and read a trashy beach novel for like 2 hours and got so tanned. But anyway, this would be like close to my top 5 for real.
Yeah.
Just like chill.
I would sit
the whole point
outside.
is get the hell away from the real world.
Right.
Well, yeah, I would sit outside and read for like an hour every morning. It was fantastic.
That's what I do at the beach. I try to
Yeah.
walk down when it's still kind of dark and the sun's
Yep.
not really up yet and just
Mhm.
listen to the waves.
Yep,
Love
that
that.
legit it. This was really I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did. I really liked this.
Number 9, trivia night. Check this one out.
Macho girls.
Macho girls on my shirt this time.
Yes, we are. Also, they did a great job with Andrew's Yankee shirt.
They did.
Correct. And I'm still 6'5".
You're still gigantic, and I
Yeah.
look like a little child.
There was one point they made you really look tiny. And I'm like, okay, I'm
I'll take
scrapping
it.
this completely and we're gonna start over.
Oh, too funny. Trivia night. Yeah, that's absolutely good stuff.
Was it big on the cruise? Did they have
Yeah,
trivia?
it was. It was. They had like a Jeopardy type show they'd run every day.
Mm.
And they'd change the themes. So it was pretty good.
Number 8, gamble at the casino, and this may be my favorite picture. We've got Alison sitting at the slot machine, pissed off. I did not tell it to make you pissed off.
I know.
It did it on its
love
own.
this.
And then Andrew's got this big grin in the back, and he's excited.
Oh my god. Oh, it's so good.
It's pretty
So-
close.
Fun fact about an Alaskan cruise, you're not in international waters for too long. So the casino was not open very often.
Okay.
So I did hit it one morning. I will say, if you are a compulsive gambler, casino cruise ship casinos could be a problem for you. It could be a problem for you because on my casino, everything on my cruise, everything was handled by a little medallion they gave you. So it got you into your room, it tracked you around the ship, you paid for everything with it. You just that's how you identified yourself. So you didn't have to whip out your license every time you paid for something or
That's
whatever,
good.
or charged your room. So this was really great. But one of the best thing to me that it let you do was in the casino, you could use it to put money into the games. And what they would do is just charge it back to your room like a credit card charge,
Okay.
which was awesome because if you like, I had forgotten to get cash for the casino, so I was like, well, all right, I should play a little. I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to pay a fee. I didn't have to pay like the $10 ATM fee. None of that. It was paperless. And then whatever you win gets mailed to you in a check.
Notice way behind Allison's head, way in the back, there's a Lucha Libre mask on a
good
slot machine.
eye. Very nice.
Oh yeah, it throws some things in there. Like I had the perfect picture of us at dinner one time, and there was a little Auburn flag, and I'm like, "Damn it, why did you do that? I didn't tell you to put that in."
All
Number
right.
7, attend a live music show, and I
Yeah.
decided
Oh,
to put a fake Elvis here.
So
there was
Medusa did this, and I don't know. I may like it. She went on an 80s rock cruise. Like apparently it was totally themed
That's cool.
for 80s rock music.
Was it the one that Rick Springfield goes on?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
This was Monsters of something, I think. I
Oh, so
forget
it was
what
more hard rock.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. That sounds amazing. I mean, New Kids on the Block have a cruise.
No. Well, do
Jericho's
they?
got
No,
a
shut
cruise.
it. You both shushes.
Chris
Monsters
Jericho.
of Rock cruise is what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Monsters of Rock. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Her
yeah,
and
even the
Alan.
wrestling cruise.
Who?
Yeah.
Not Ranger.
Yeah, her and
Night
Alan
Ranger.
were on that. Yeah.
That's nice. But yeah, there was music nonstop
Yeah.
on the ship. There's a main piazza, it was called, like the central area of the ship that was big, open, like 3 floors, some central spiral
Okay.
staircases, beautiful. And there was almost always live music at the bottom of it,
That's cool.
which was really nice.
Number 6, attend a comedy show.
I am not funny, so.
That's her about to say pucker up, asshole.
Hey, I did not tell it. I said make it a female comedian. I did say that.
It
But
does
I
look
did
like
not
me.
say make it Allison.
Well, we didn't do any of this, but they did have it. So good stuff though. Absolutely.
I love comedy shows. I'll go watch a comedy show of people I've never heard of, but I have been to some pretty bad comedy. Not that I can do better, but
Right.
I'm like, ooh, good luck with some better jokes there, buddy.
Yeah.
Number 5, karaoke.
Hell yeah.
And here's me and Andrew. Andrew's not quite the giant in this one, but
No.
I would not be wearing pants on a cruise. It would be shorts, always shorts. We don't wear pants on vacation. This is established.
Andrew doesn't even own pants. Come on.
well, my picture originated from the wedding picture. So I had to back it off, putting us in collared shirts and ties and stuff. So I had to remind it all the time. And then once I did this one, a microphone would show up out of the blue sometimes. And I'm like, nobody's got a microphone in the pool.
Oh God. Too funny.
Terry, your go-to karaoke song?
I don't know. I don't really have one. I haven't done it enough to
That
have a go-to.
could be a list.
That
Now,
could definitely be a list.
Karaoke
let me write it on the notes. But I think what's the Queen song? There's a Queen song. I think it would be
Another One Bites the Dust. We Are the Champions.
No.
Radio Gaga.
There's plenty of them, and you haven't hit it.
Under Pressure with
Under
Taylor
Pressure.
Swift.
Fat Bottom Girls.
You can keep.
I can't see. I can't see Terry doing
Bicycle
that one.
Race.
Wow, everybody had this as number one. Super Dave and Devin had this as their number one.
Apparently, not everybody did because it's number 5. That means we got enough people to flood all those number ones.
Yeah, not me. Let's go.
Number
Fat
4, excursions.
Hell yeah.
And look, we got a random Lucha
Lucha
Libre
mask.
mask in the back. That's the only reason this is Mexico. And I've got a Bob's Burger shirt.
I love your Bob's Burger shirt. So yes, excursions without a doubt. We did a lumberjack show. We visited a Iditarod dog sled training camp and gold panning. And could not recommend them more. It was fantastic. The only one I'm sad we didn't do was the train ride up one of the mountains, but I couldn't justify $300 for a train ride.
Shoo-wee.
Yeah. Like I can look up. That's nice enough.
Don't stop me.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm having a good
I had to
time.
look it up.
Having a good time.
But yeah, I love that as a karaoke song.
Fun fact: Freddie Mercury, one of my favorites. Shocking. I know.
But the fact that we rumbled off like at least 10 songs.
Well, that was the beauty of Queen. Like Queen, yeah, and we didn't get them all either.
They're very karaokeable.
Absolutely.
Unrelated.
They had a song about a bicycle that you could sing.
Bicycle race, bicycle. Anyway, unrelated but related to the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
That's one I'm surprised you didn't say either, Terry, because Wayne's World taught us that if you don't sing along with Bohemian Rhapsody, you are a Nazi, and I cannot have you in my life. I don't need that kind of negativity. But anyway, if you've ever seen Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie about Freddie Mercury, yes, they take liberties and stuff. The best part of the movie, in my opinion, is when they redo the 1985 Live Aid concert. You can play the actual set of Queen's Live Aid next to the video in the movie, next to the segment in the movie, and it is damn money. Remy Malek did an amazing job as Freddie Mercury. And but when you set the Live Aid set from 85, they did it on YouTube. There's a video, and you can watch Freddie do it, and you can watch Remy do it. And Remy Malek studied Freddie Mercury so well, he literally became Freddie Mercury in that set, and you couldn't tell the difference. And of course, they did it at Wembley, so it was huge back in 85. But anyway,
number 3.
Top 3. Yes,
we haven't talked about excursions, but number 3 is water slides. And here I am coming out of the water slide.
The problem with an excursion, Terry, is you don't want to get too drunk and have to walk back on the boat. That I do know.
Correct.
This is true.
Also, if you paid for food and drink on the boat, don't be stupid and go pay for food and drink on land. That was driving me nuts. That was driving me nuts. All these people going, where can we find food on land to eat? I'm like, bitch, you paid to eat this food. Why would you go pay and get more food?
Y'all have fun. Yeah. I'm going to go eat.
Yeah.
On the boat.
Yeah,
as you all can tell from my picture, water slides back to the picture. Terry, this is wonderful, by the way.
This is Lex's 100%.
Was my number one because there are some wild ass water slides on cruise ships.
I love water slides.
Yeah.
Love them. Yeah. I'm not a big roller coaster fan. I'm okay with a roller coaster if I can see where I'm going. I'm not a fair ride person. Water slides, I love.
Fucking bomb. I agree. Fantastic.
Pinewater Dave has a point. If you're in Alaska, I ate king crab on land that was life-changing. I bet you it was fresh kill that day. So
if it's something I can't get on the boat and it's special, then it's probably worth it. But not just where can we eat? What's random?
Right.
Where's the Burger King? Double cheese, motherfucker.
Number 2, get a massage.
Yep.
Of course, pick me.
Here's Andrew and Alison both getting a massage.
So I did that with Frankie. We did a couples massage. It was fantastic. But Andrew, I've done in Aruba, I've done an outdoor massage on the beach. 100% recommend. Would do again. Absolutely. Plan it for Costa Rica. Sold. What?
Oh my God.
I was in a resort in Hawaii. When I went to Hawaii for 6 weeks for work back 14 years ago, I guess it was now. and they had that going on. I didn't do it, but they had it there by the water there.
That was a mistake. You should have done it.
I
It
should
was,
have.
yeah, something about. So the cruise ship was interesting because I didn't know how I would be, but you can't even tell you're on the ship. It's just like a cruise.
Right.
But the one in Aruba where you were outside, the sound of the surf, the heat of the sun. I mean, and we were covered, but the ocean breeze, there is nothing like it. So yeah,
Nice.
book for Costa Rica. Done.
All right. Number 1, things to do on a cruise. Eat at a
Hell
specialty
yeah.
restaurant. And this took me forever to get this picture, let me tell you.
I don't wear hats like
Why
that.
do you have me eating eggs?
Okay, so hey, I just said I struggled with this, and y'all are like bitching at me about it. Okay.
Are they eggs or are they oysters?
Those are hard-boiled eggs, and
And I didn't even notice your hat, to be honest, Andrew. I
Oh my
did
God.
notice that your head was popping up out of the picture at first, and I finally got it to listen to me on how.
I know
tall
this
you
hat looks good on Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we have to. Me and Terry can be twinsies.
And I also
Maybe.
couldn't get it from making the 3 of us on one side and Allison on the
Looking
other
at me,
side. Like
you're all like, it's her
Yeah.
fault. It's
And
her.
then I didn't even notice the "you have a big plate of eggs in front of you" part. That's hilarious.
I mean, to Andrew's point, they could be oysters, but they look like eggs.
And Andrew's got nothing but like seaweed on his plate.
Definitely not true. Who's eating the lobster and the shrimp?
I don't know, but there's a giant shrimp on my plate or something.
Yeah, that's a huge shrimp. Anyway, yes, number 1, eat at a specialty restaurant. We did the steak restaurant, the Italian restaurant, the pizzeria, the massive ice cream sundae restaurant. We did specialty coffees every day.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
Specialty coffees? You mean
Yes.
milkshakes?
No. Well, I did though. I actually had some of those. I had some frappes, some blended frappuccinos.
So for anybody that doesn't know, I refer to anything iced coffee as a milkshake because, quite frankly, you should just be drinking sugar and candy at that point. That's not to say I won't fuck with an iced coffee, but that's not the proper way to drink iced coffee or to drink coffee.
Here's what I do. I drink black coffee 100% of the time, all the time, until pumpkin spice shows up, and then I'm all over it.
Terry's a basic white bitch. That's what he
Terry,
just
you
said.
are such a
For
basic
2
bitch.
months
I am very
in the
surprised.
wintertime. I am basic.
love
The
it.
other time I'm drinking it black.
That's basic bitch shit. But Terry's right.
mean-
You drink it black and you drink it hot, just the way, and that's what he said, just the way it's supposed to be.
If that's the way you like it.
Yeah, but dining with us is an experience.
It's all a specialty restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, like these two put me in charge of food and entertainment. They usually come together, and most of the time the food is better than the entertainment. But that's it. We'll find a good place for Charlotte, August the 2nd.
Awesome.
All right.
Here's the top 10 things to do on a cruise. Number 10, relax on the balcony. Number 9, trivia night. Number 8, gamble at the casino when you can. Number 7, attend a live music show. Number 6, attend a comedy show. Number 5, karaoke. You are the show. Number 4, port of call excursions. Number 3, water slides. Number 2, get a massage. And number 1, eat at a themed restaurant.
Yep.
So I wrote this. I said, this is the first top 10 list we've had where I agree with everything on this list.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is a pretty good list.
Yeah.
And the chip list was fine, except I'm boring, as anybody who listened to that last week.
Potatoes and salt.
Dude, Dave, I'm telling you, Dave knows
With
his
ridges.
shit. But I mean, with ridges. But I'm boring as hell. But this would be fun. Like we could do everything on that top 10 list. I'd be good with it.
Yeah.
Especially if you pay and most of it ends up being part of what you paid for.
Part of that. Oh shit! If I
That's what I'm saying.
prepay for Costa Rica, fast for a week beforehand because we are going to wine and dine.
So this is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what I did. I didn't spend the only money I spent on this trip is souvenirs. That's it. Like after I prepaid everything months ago. I haven't seen a bill in months. And that's why I was saying, like, I couldn't understand people, and I understand the crab thing, but like looking for a fucking McDonald's or something off the boat. What are you doing? You have
If I
all
paid
of
for, I know what cruises, I have a basic idea of what cruises cost. I understand that. If I pay that kind of money, bitches, we ain't eating Mickey D's. I'm just saying.
Well, and then there were people going to the bars on land. What? What? Yeah, I don't know.
It is Alaska. I mean, liquor probably tastes different
fair-
there at $27 a shot. So
They do have my one of my two favorite beers is Alaskan White. Alaskan Brewery Company. My friend Sean, when I was in Anchorage 20 years ago, brought me to the brewery in Anchorage. Amazing beer. So I was very excited, and then I found out I could get it on the ship, so I didn't have to buy it because we hit in Juneau a store on land, the Alaskan Brewery. But I was like, well, I'm not going to buy beer here. This is stupid. Got on the boat. Turns out they had it all there.
That's good.
There you go. Yeah, Terry is responsible, I think, for the most expensive cocktail that I've ever paid for, and we're not even dating.
The one at Peter Luger?
The one at Peter Luger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Peter Luger.
It was an
Peter Luger.
old-fashioned, and it was a fancy-ass old-fashioned, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I have been on a trip to Las Vegas where there were $100, $200, and $300 old fashions being bought at the table I was at.
Whoa!
So yeah.
That expensive. I think this was like $40, but it's still. It made Terry happy. That's
we did sneak some higher quality whiskey that one time you remember where they got confused and they said,
yeah, and I'm trying to, I'm giving Terry to Iggy, and I don't even drink anymore. I'm like, shut up. They're giving you Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, it was funny because I didn't catch on to it at first. Yeah.
And then the guy, the second time or third time, whatever it was around, realized,
oh, it's not available. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not supposed to be giving you all Buffalo Trace. You're gonna have Maker's Mark, but at least the first couple or more were good.
And by that point,
did it matter?
Yeah, it's all water, right? So why don't we talk about what's happening this week on Talking Wrestling with Pondwater and Amy on Markout Moments? I saw Pondwater in the chat. I did text him earlier, and he said that they will be recapping Night of Champions as we did. So we always suggest that you tune in on Tuesday nights to watch our friends Pondwater and Amy on Talking Wrestling with Pondwater and Amy.
Yeah. Even when Amy doesn't show up, Pondwater makes it entertaining. And I'm joking when I say even when Amy doesn't show up. She did have previous obligations this past week.
Right.
But yeah,
I didn't feel her for the cruise.
They are so fun though to listen. They've got great chemistry, the two of them.
Yes,
and
agree.
I mean, one of our favorite ever lines, "Pucker up, asshole," came from that show and came from Sweet Amy to Pondwater when Amy was wrong, and she has yet to acknowledge that she was wrong.
I think she may acknowledge that she was wrong, but she will not apologize.
Or not apologize. Yeah, she's not apologizing for it. So, which is incredibly hilarious.
So also coming up on July 19th, they're going to do a live stream of Bayou Independent Wrestling, Caught in the Crossfire. That is in West Monroe at the West Monroe Convention Center in Louisiana.
I thought that said Correction Center. I was like, woo, okay.
That's where the heels come from.
Yeah, tough crowd. Tough crowd.
So tune into that also, and I'm sure there'll be more information coming out about that.
Yep.
And if you're in the area, go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, seriously. I haven't been.
I got to make it down there at some point and go. I've been saying that for 2 years now.
I've got an open invitation to Mississippi. I just haven't figured out the best timing. And unlike certain people, I don't invite myself for family holidays like, Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatnot.
We should check in. We should go through there on our way to go on a cruise.
I like that.
We could do that. We could definitely do that.
Yes, there's plenty
Look,
that start
have
down
I
there.
told you all that I'm probably not a cruise person?
Too bad.
Have we figured that out? Like,
You can
that I'm
sit
not-
on the balcony and make fun
You
of
would be
people as they
fine.
walk by.
like I would go with you guys, but like
Yeah,
I'm not.
I couldn't see you going with anybody.
I don't know
else.
that we're going to be able to do a private cruise.
Yeah.
I'm not that rich yet. All right. Andrew and I are not that rich yet. All right. We're not there yet.
Not yet. Got to
Said
sell
yet.
more cards.
I said yeah.
We got to close the month out tomorrow. I'm so excited. So, our finance director left, and so people are trying to pick up the pieces, and it's amazing what people think they do that's helpful when it's unnecessary. It's just like you're a grown ass person, take care of business and be done with it and move on. But I'm getting emails because we're closing the month out, so we need to turn on the deals, turn them in, get this done, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. But it's coming from like 6 different people, and at some point, I just delete and move on, because I'm like, I got it. But tomorrow will be fun because it's Monday. It's the last day of the month. It's cram and jam, as I call it. And that's what he said. Anyway,
Yeah.
Terry,
Great
I don't
show,
have
Terry.
anything more fun to say.
Well, let's talk a little bit about next week. What ideas have we thrown around? We have not really settled on the list for next week. We've talked about a little bit. We think top 10 things to grill on the 4th of July.
I kind of like that. What about 4th of July food things?
Or am I going to be
That's what I was
boring
going to say.
again?
That's why I was going to say, do we want to do like 4th of July activities, 4th of July foods? Because activities, there's like go to a parade, watch fireworks. All right, that's it.
Well, I'm
wearing my favorite 4th of July activity. I'm wearing my favorite 4th of July activity. It says back up, Terry. That's right. We're going to blow some shit up. Look, I used to like fireworks a lot more until I had dogs. The baby is 12 today. He's going to be in his Thunder shirt for the next week because of the gunfire and the fireworks. So he'll be a nervous wreck. Top 10 Kings of the Ring. Why? So I can shit on Bret Hart? I mean, come on, Dave. You got to do better than that.
We've got a heck of a wrestling weekend coming up in a couple of weeks, so we'll probably hold off and do a wrestling one then. We've also got the All-Star game in baseball coming up. We thought about maybe doing one thing we talked about was top 10 stadium nicknames. Don't know if we'll do that then. Top 10 karaoke songs. That was inspired by one of the choices this week. We've already done top 10 appetizers. That was last year, I think. That was one of the first ones. But it sounds like we're going to do something July 4th themed. We just haven't nailed it yet. So hopefully in the next couple of days, maybe by Wednesday, we'll get that out.
Dave, top 10 love songs. It's what is the name of that song?
The Titanic song?
No, it's not Titanic. That's in the top 5, though. It's I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. I will not be arguing.
Oh, God. You and Whitney Houston.
I love Whitney.
That reminds me.
It's not I Will Always Love You. It is I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston.
Okay.
I will not be argued with. Go ahead, Terry. What reminds you?
I was at a wedding rehearsal for my cousin 15 years ago, probably. And somebody said, when the Top Gun song comes on, that's when you need to go out. So obviously, if there's a song on Top Gun, you know which one. And somebody goes, Danger Zone?
Oh, hell yeah. I love that. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're going to play Danger Zone at the wedding.
Oh, that's a good
Why don't we get drunk and screw? Yeah, that's it. My goodness.
I mean,
we need some kind of comedy something at some point, too. Comedy songs might work.
What about comedians?
Just rank comedians straight up. That might be good.
Could do female
stand-up, television, movie,
stand-up. Why don't we do stand-up?
You know, we could do stand-up comedians. We can also do pick somebody that's got a lot of comedy movies and rank their movies.
Oh, that's good too.
If we have somebody with enough. Unfortunately, we didn't have Chris Farley long enough for him to have enough of a list.
Correct.
I was say you've got plenty for that. You've got Adam Sandler. You've got Chris Pratt. You've got what's it? Ryan Reynolds. You've got you've got a few. That's
Will
Amy
Ferrell.
Schumer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a few.
So we'll
Stand-up
figure out
comedy.
some of those ideas and finalize them a little bit.
I don't know why I liked her so much, other than she was so filthy. But do y'all remember Lisa Lampanelli?
Oh
yeah.
hell yeah! Oh my
Right.
god, she was fantastic. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Absolutely.
the one line that stays with me from one of her sets is that I've had more black dick in me than a urinal at the Apollo, and I'm crying. So look at Terry.
Yes, she was very good. Like, do you guys remember that show on NBC, the comedy show? Last Comic Standing, was that
Oh
it?
yeah.
I loved that show.
Tom Hanks movies would be good too. Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh,
Pondwater.
it's Forrest Gump, and then it's
And then it's everything else.
the war movie. Yeah,
Saving Private Ryan.
that's it. Thank you. I had Benadryl. I'm not all there tonight. Good lord.
All good. You're fine.
But yeah, old Lisa Lampanelli. I don't know. I hadn't thought of that comedian until Terry said top 10. Like, if we could do stand-up comedians for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. I hadn't thought of her, you know. And there's some controversial ones that wouldn't make it in 2025, and she might be one of them.
Andrew Dice Clay, who I saw live front row in Las Vegas.
Andrew Dice Clay was bad.
Hickory dickory dock.
Eddie Murphy.
He went off on me for 3 minutes about how much I probably enjoyed anal sex. So yeah, Andrew Dice Clay is amazing, and if you had a chance to go to his live show, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Goodness.
Yeah. Oh well, even worse, sitting next to me was a guy and his mom.
I was front row at a show at Stand Up Live in Huntsville last year or 2 years ago. And a guy looks at me and says, "Are you addicted to anything?" And I just went, "No." He goes, "Oh, okay, sorry." It's like me not being addicted to anything messed his bit up or something.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't planned very well.
And he was a pretty funny guy, but I was like, "Sorry, buddy, I couldn't come up with something that was a lie." Anyway.
No, Devin is absolutely correct. Tony Hinchcliffe will not be making the list.
Isn't that Kill Tony?
Can you believe that they paid money for him again to do this for the next WrestleMania? Or was it for SummerSlam?
Yeah, it's the Kill Tony guy, right?
Yeah, they're doing the comedy show again. They're doing the roast thing again.
Yeah, one of my best friends, not you guys, obviously. His name's John. Loves Kill Tony. I don't know, but he's got a very warped and dark sense of humor. Shocking. Yeah. He hangs out with me. But I don't know.
So we'll I got a big list of about 7 or 8 that I jotted down just now. I think next week we're either going to do food or activities for July 4th. We've got a big wrestling weekend the next week, and all-star game for baseball. So we've got a bunch of ideas. Thanks everybody for that. And welcome back, Allison.
Thank you. I'm going right to bed when we get off of this.
Me too, honestly. All right. And thanks, Andrew, and thanks everybody for showing up. Pondwater, Devin, Alex, Heather was here. We hope you start feeling better, Heather.
Sean Jones, thank you.
Sean was here, and there were a couple of other names it seems like that were on YouTube. I didn't really know who they were, at least. Elise, thanks for coming on. I think I might have got everybody, but thanks for showing up. Thanks to anybody that helps us out with the polls, and thanks for voting. And as always, love your people. Tell them you love them. Make it weird. See you next time, everybody.